Yo, Sojourner, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Good, man. Good. You?
Yeah, I'm doing well, no complaints.
That's good. How many gods died on the cross?
Jesus did.
So God is picking out person over there, correct?
What do you mean?
What is God, when you say God died on the cross, what is that picking out? Essence or person?
It would be the person of Jesus Christ.
So God meaning the person died. So then two gods meaning the other two persons didn't die.
No, that's not what that means.
Yeah, of course it does.
It doesn't, because you're automatically starting your frame of questioning, uh, straw manning what the Trinitarian doctrine
How
believes,
so?
because you're saying multiple gods on the outset. That's not what the Trinitarian
No.
doctrine believes.
Watch this. How many guests are on my panel right now?
Me, just one.
One. So I can say how
hmm
many, and I could say in plural, but you can still quantify it and say one, correct?
Sure, yeah,
So I could ask you how many gods died on the cross, and you could still say one, correct?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you're saying that God refers to the person of Jesus over here, let me get this out. So God refers to the person of Jesus. So when you say that God died on the cross, God picks out the person of Jesus. But God can also pick out the person of the Father and the person of the Holy Spirit.
You
So
can.
how many gods died on the cross is
So right there, the question right there is
is going to be one.
automatically
This
incorrect.
is what you're saying. You're saying one God died on the cross because God over
Yeah,
here
one
picks out
God.
the person
Yeah.
of Jesus. Okay,
Okay.
so then how many gods didn't die on the cross?
Zero.
So then the person of Jesus didn't die?
No, when you're asking in the plural, how many gods did not die? That's a fallacious question.
Okay, how many
So the
gods
answer is
did die
zero.
on how many gods did die
One.
on the
The
cross?
the one God.
Oh, so it's
The
not a
one
bad
God in the
question.
person of Jesus.
So it's not a bad question.
It is
But you just answered it.
because there's not multiple gods in the Trinity.
Okay,
So
but
the question
but I
is
just asked you how many gods.
one. Right. And if there is only one God, that leaves zero other gods to have not died on the cross.
But God can refer to the person of the Father too.
Correct. But that's not what you asked. You didn't ask how many persons died on the cross. You asked how many gods. I said one. You
Yeah,
said how many
yeah, but
gods
how
didn't. I
many
said zero.
gods? That's the whole point. If you
That's
say
one.
how,
It's
if when I
one.
ask you how many gods, okay, so anything that is God died on the cross.
No, that's also an incorrect question.
You're saying God died on the cross. So if
You
God
said
died on the
anything that
cross,
is God,
whatever
there
that
are
is
two
God died on
persons
the
who are
cross.
God. So
Okay,
when
so
you
then there's
say
two other gods.
no, there's two other persons.
Here, we're gonna start from scratch.
I mean, you're just running in circles, straw manning the Trinity to try to make this question work, and I'm not going to allow that.
I'm gonna make you admit it yourself. God refers to what when
You're
you say
not.
God died on the cross?
When we say God died on the cross, and when we say one God died on the cross, we're referring to the essence,
Oh, the essence died on the cross?
the divine essence that was in Jesus, because Jesus was God. Jesus died on the cross. So if you're
So
asking the
the
question in that way, that's what it would refer to.
so did the
But if you're
divine essence
asking
die on the
persons,
cross?
the divine essence was in Jesus Christ, yes, absolutely. It was hypostatic union.
So when
So
you refer to God, you're referring to the
hold
essence
on one second.
died on the
Hold on
cross?
one second. My son
Hmm.
just walked in. One second.
No problem. Guys, we got him to switch. They think they can get out of this, man. Okay, so God refers to the person or the essence?
It, it would depend on what you're asking.
Ah, so when you say God died on the cross, what do you mean by that?
So when I say God died on the cross, I'm talking about the person of Jesus.
Okay, so the person of Jesus died on the cross. So now we know that God can refer to the person of Jesus,
Sure.
correct?
And God can refer to the Holy Spirit, and God can refer to the Father.
Okay, so God, meaning the person of Jesus, died on the cross. So then God, meaning the person of the Father, didn't die on the cross, correct?
Ask me that one more time. I want to make sure I'm following you.
God, as in the person of Jesus, died on the cross, but God, as in the person of the Father, didn't die on the cross, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so how many, so watch this. How many gods died on the cross?
One.
How many gods didn't die on the cross?
Zero. Because you just clarified persons and
So,
gods, and then you
so
switched
then,
in your second
so
question. You're
did
trying to
I'm
lay us the
saying
man a
God in
trap, and
any
it's not going to
sense? I
work.
already know God is equivocal.
Yeah,
Sojourner,
no,
I already know.
I reject the
I
premise
already
of the
know.
question.
Listen, I already know that God is equivocal. I already know that,
Yeah,
and that's
so
an
I
abusive
reject the
language on
premise of
your
the
part.
question.
So
reject
God
the premise
refers
of
to
the
the
question.
person. So if we're referring to persons, how many gods died on the cross? One. So one died on the cross, the person of Jesus. If we're referring to persons, how many gods didn't die on the cross?
If we're referring to persons,
Uh-huh.
2 did not.
Okay, so two gods didn't die on the cross, and one God
No.
did die on the cross.
And then you switch. Like you think you're being slick when you switch from persons to gods in
Yeah,
your statement, and it
you
just
just
doesn't
said it
work.
from your own
It's a
mouth.
very poor. It's a very poor argument. And
You
if
just
this
said
is
it.
what
If you just said
if
it
this
from
is
your
what
own
Islam
mouth.
has to do to justify their
He's
doctrine,
crying.
that's really bad.
How many gods is that? Two. You just said two gods
No,
didn't die on
you
the
just
cross.
clarified them as persons and then switch when you move to
Okay,
your
as
next
in the
premise.
persons, how many gods didn't die on the cross? Two. And as in persons,
So,
how many gods did die on the cross? One. How many gods in a sense do you have?
notice that you have a G next to the 2 and the 1, which don't
How
classify
many
gods.
how
They
many
classify.
gods in a
Put a
sense do you
P.
have?
No, put P. Erase the G's and put P.
What?
Erase the G's and put P, because that's how you classified. We
So
don't say that there are 2 gods and 1 God. We say that there's 1 God and 3 persons.
so
No,
did
on the bottom, don't be tricky. Down at the bottom, the 2G and the 1G. Put persons.
huh?
No,
No, of course I'm not
at the
going to do
bottom.
that.
Exactly,
Because you
exactly.
yourself said that God picks.
This
Look,
is
I'll
you
explain
need to
it.
take this one back to the drawing board.
I'm gonna explain it for you. Watch, Sojourner. I got you, man. Don't worry. Don't panic. God, in the sense
This is
of
a new one. I've
person.
never seen anyone do this before. This is a new one, so I'll give you
We're just
credit for
counting, man. Don't
originality.
worry. Don't worry. God, in the sense of persons, one God died on the cross. God, in the sense of person, two gods did not die on the cross. That's what you yourself said.
Nope. We don't believe in multiple gods like that,
Okay,
the way
how
you're
many gods died on
classifying
the
them.
cross? One, and meaning the person of the Son.
And once
So
again,
if
I mean,
so, what you
you can
mean by
keep going
God,
around it. You can keep going around in circles, but
what you mean by God,
it's not going to
Sojourner,
work.
what you
It's not
mean
going to
by
work.
God when you say that
I
God
think you
died
should
on the
move to a
cross.
different argument.
Okay, yeah, sure. When you say that God died on the cross, you mean the person of the Son died on the cross.
Yeah,
But
Jesus is
then
God.
if you mean by God as in the Father, because the God will be picking out the Father over here as the person, then two gods didn't die on the cross. Now, if we have two gods in a sense plus one God in a sense, how many gods in a sense do you have?
We have one God.
Okay,
Like
how many gods?
you just
How many?
going,
And when
you
you
keep
say
going
now,
around
now
in
now
circles
watch how I
and
bust out your
restructuring
equivocation.
your question,
Watch how I'm gonna
and it
bust
just
out.
doesn't work.
Watch how I'm gonna
It doesn't
expose your
work.
equivocation. When you say you have one God, did that
Yeah,
one
that
God
refers to
die
the
on the
divine
cross?
essence. That refers to the divine essence.
Oh, so it's the divine essence. So you're equivocating on
The
God.
no, we're not. No, we're not.
You just equivocated on God.
No, we didn't.
I'm gonna run it to you one more time. How
No,
many
no.
gods? How many
Just
gods died on the
try a
cross?
different question because this one's not going to work.
We'll see. How many
I
gods
mean,
died on the cross?
it might work with someone
You already
who's
said
a
two
Christian and
gods,
believes in
bro.
the
You already
Trinity.
said two
No, I
gods.
didn't. I said
Yeah, you
persons.
did. Bro,
I
on
said
God, you
persons.
said two gods. I have it recorded where you said two
Yeah,
gods. I'll have
you
someone get it.
asked, and that's fine when you hear it in context. You obviously asked that
Sojourner, God can
in the
mean
classification of persons.
you're not understanding, my boy. Look,
No, you're not
God
understanding that this question is not
can
going
pick
to work.
out two. God can pick out the persons,
So
and God can pick out the
do you have
essence.
anything else of
Correct?
substance, or do I need to move on? Do you have
This is
anything
of
else of
substance.
substance, or do I need to
God can
move
pick
on?
out the essence, or it
It's
can pick
not
out the persons. Correct?
correct.
When you say that God died, it's referring to this. Correct?
Yeah,
Okay. So when you say that God died, you mean the person of Jesus died
yeah,
because he's
because
the only
Jesus is
one that
God.
was on the cross. When you say
Correct.
that God, now did God, hold on, sorry, one sec. Oh, I had something. Okay, God as in the person of Jesus died. Now God as the person of the Father, did he die?
No, as the person, no.
Okay, God as God meaning over here, the person of the Holy Spirit. Did the Holy Spirit die?
No, the person of the Holy Spirit did not.
So God did not die qua the Holy Spirit, correct?
Do what now?
God did not die qua the Holy
The
Spirit.
person of the Father and the person of the Holy Spirit were not the ones on the cross. It was the person of Jesus.
Yeah, the person of Jesus.
Correct.
So if you mean
So now
God
next
in the sense
premise.
of,
Now next premise.
so if you
So now
mean
you keep
God,
running back.
I got
You're
you, I
trying
got
to
you.
lay
If
you're
you
trying to
mean
lay a
if
very poor semantic trap,
we'll
and it's
see,
not going
we'll
to
see.
work.
If you mean God as in, so God over here is referring to the person.
Once again, move on.
So
I've already
God, so
clarified. I've
God,
already clarified.
wait,
So move on to the next
watch.
premise.
Well, we'll get there.
I've
We'll get
already
there.
clarified. So
So
move on to the
God
next
meaning the
premise.
person died. Okay,
So I've
so
already
God
clarified.
meaning the
Move on to the
person
next.
died. Not
I've
all
already
persons
clarified.
died, correct?
No, there was only
No.
one person on the
Okay.
cross.
Okay. So God meaning two persons didn't die, correct?
Correct.
So then there's two gods that didn't die.
Nope. See, that's where you flip flop, and it's not gonna work.
It's working, man.
It's very
You're
very poor.
stuck. You're stuck.
No
You're
one's stuck.
equivocating, not me.
So
If
you
God
can't.
meaning the person of the Son,
What you're doing, and I'm gonna lay out what you're doing. What you're doing is you're strawmanning the Trinitarian doctrine. When we count God as one, we count the one divine essence. When we count in as the persons, that's how we get three persons.
I
So
know
then
there's
when you
three
ask the
persons, dude.
question,
You're
when
not
you ask the
understanding.
question, when you're asking the question and you're counting by persons, and we go 1, 2, 3 persons, and then on the very next
Oh my God,
question
there's
that
no
you
way.
ask, you say
You're
that
really not
those persons
understanding
are
it.
now considered gods
I already
separate from one
know.
another.
I already
Yeah,
know
that's just a straw
God can
man.
refer to the
It's a straw
essence
man.
or it can
So
refer to the
do you
persons.
have anything of substance to bring up, or do I need to move on? Because
I
this
want you to
one's just
engage.
sad.
I already know. You just said that I
I've
straw
engaged
man
in I've
because
engaged in
I already
pointing out
know.
exactly
Listen,
how the
Sojourner,
argument doesn't
I
work.
already know that there's three persons, and I know that God picks out
Okay.
the essence,
So
but
then when
God
you
can
move to
also
the
pick
next
out the
premise,
persons. So
so
when
then when you
God
move
picks
to
out
the
the
next
person,
premise, don't say three
when
gods.
when God when God picks out the persons, how many gods died? One. When God picks out the persons, how many gods didn't die?
When we're talking about the persons, there are two who were not on the cross. The
So
person
two
of Jesus
gods. So
was.
two gods didn't die on the
So right
cross.
there. So right there.
Hey, you're
It's just
baked.
sad. No.
You're baked. How many gods, as in persons,
If
didn't die?
if you think this is baking, not bad.
Sojourner, you can
That's man,
cope.
that's bad. That's rough.
Do you have
No one's
watch?
coping. I'm not
Do you
letting you
have three gods
mischaracterize
in
and
any
straw
sense?
man it.
Do you have
Huh?
three gods in any sense?
No, we have one God.
Do you have three gods in the sense that God is going to pick out persons?
No, so that's just a that's an improper characterization.
Hey, do you have three gods in any sense in
No,
the sense that there are three persons?
we have three persons who are the one God.
Okay, when you say that there's
We have three persons
when
who
you
are the one
say
God.
in any sense are there three gods?
I said no.
Okay, so let's see that.
We have three persons who are the one God.
So that means that all persons
So
die on the cross.
like I said, this is a sad argument. You might be able to run it on new Christians and things like that. It's not going to work when anybody actually has a grip
Listen,
on
Sojourner, let me tell you
Trinity.
something. Your
But do
rhetoric
you
is
have anything of
trash.
substance to move
Sojourner,
on?
your rhetoric is trash. You didn't refute
That's
anything
fine.
over here. I hope
I
you
mean,
know
you can
that.
think that.
You yourself told me
You're
that there's two gods in a
you're
sense.
no. You asked me in your question when you say God as persons, how many is there? And I said there's three persons.
No, no. God can pick out.
I granted.
No. God can pick out the essence, or God can pick out the persons. So when God is picking
Correct.
out the persons, how many gods are there?
No, see right there. It's three persons. We don't say gods.
Dude, I know that
I mean,
there's
it's just a
freaking.
straw man, and
Dude, I
it's a
know
very
there's
bad
three
argument.
persons. I know
Okay,
the
then.
essence.
Okay, then.
Look, did the
Don't
divine essence
say.
die on the cross?
You can't say that you know. You cannot say that you know that there are three persons, and
Let's
then
do it again. What
immediately
died on
after
the
that
cross?
say,
When you say that God died on the cross, what is that
all right, man.
referring
Like I
to?
said, do you have anything of substance? Because I'm gonna move on from
I'm gonna
this.
make it simple for you.
This
When
is a
you
poor
say
one.
God died
No,
on the cross, what's that
like I
referring
said,
to?
we ran through this one multiple times, and you still haven't
Does God denote the person or the essence?
landed at your gotcha moment. So I'm gonna move on if you don't have anything of substance.
Okay, well, just
All right,
you can
have a
run
good
if you
one.
want. If
No
if
one's
you want to,
running.
you can run. Okay, so when you refer to God, is it the essence that died or the person? Oh, he left. Yo, he knew exactly how he was stuck. He knew exactly how he was stuck. He knew exactly how he was stuck. He's terrified. Guys, it's okay. I have it recorded when he said two gods. He said there's two gods that didn't die. He said two gods didn't die. And when they say, obviously, they're going to say it's an equivocation. But they're the ones that are equivocating because we're counting three gods. We're counting three gods.